Hi, I'd like to welcome you to part 2 of the product training webinar series entitled Cellular Nutrition and You. Part 2 focuses on building a strong foundation, intelligence technology, and foundational products. My name is Sue Ward, and I am the Director of Nutrition and Education at Sonovive Medical Institute. I'm also part of the Sonovive medical team that collaborates with the USANA research and development team on new product ideas, upgrades, and I oversee some of our in-house clinical research with USANA products. So with this training, I'm going to help you learn more about USANA intelligence technology and cell signaling. So the first thing we should talk about is, do we need supplements? So for 50 years, the public's been led to believe that the RDA nutrient levels are adequate. And then that might be true for the diseases of yesterday, such as scurvy, beriberi, rickets. We're actually still learning more about the nutrient levels needed to support the diseases of today, such as heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. And we now live in an increasingly toxic world. More food additives, more chemicals. Our soils have become depleted from factory farming. We have more chronic stress and lack of quality sleep. And all of this impacts our nutritional status. So yes, we do need supplements, but keep in mind, it doesn't replace a healthy diet. Unfortunately, the RDAs have not caught up with all the clinical research showing the levels that we may need to prevent the diseases of today. So you'll see that the RDA for vitamin C is about 60 milligrams daily. And that may have been true, like we just said, for the diseases of yesterday, but some research is showing that our bodies may need more like 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams a day, depending on our lifestyle too. So this is very interesting. So hopefully current research will start catching up with the nutrition that we need that's going to truly support good health. The cell is the fundamental unit of life, and proper cellular function is the essence of health. This is a quote by Dr. Wentz from his book, Invisible Miracles. I think this is a good place to start. This is why USANA is known as the cellular nutrition company. So what is intelligence? USANA's new intelligence technology is an innovative approach that uses nutrients and plant-derived biomolecules, or these are otherwise called plant phytonutrients. And these nutrients target specific cell signaling pathways and unlock the code of your innate cellular intelligence. So it's like having how-to instructions for our cells. Our internal antioxidants are abundantly more powerful than those we obtain through food and supplements. So what I think is wonderful is that USANA has put an intelligence nutrient complex into the multivitamin mineral and has always had cell signaling nutrients in other products, which we are going to talk about. So just like a key opens a lock, intelligence unlocks cell communication codes with these nutrient blends, again, which talk to your cells so that your cells increase their natural ability to protect and renew. So what are some of these plant phytonutrients? Plant phytonutrients are not vitamins and they're not minerals, but they are essential nutrients. Like we mentioned, they can talk to our cells and tell your cells what to do in the body. There are 4 on this list that I have bolded: alpha lipoic acid, quercetin, USANA's patented olivol, and pterostilbene. These 4 are actually in the USANA Cell Essentials booster. So many people ask the question, what is in the Cell Essentials booster? And these are the 4 cell signaling nutrients. We have curcumin that is in another USANA product called Precosa, which we're going to talk about. Green tea extract. We have milk thistle in HEPA Plus. So many of these plant phytonutrients you will see when you look at the ingredient list throughout many of the USANA nutrients. So once again, just to review, because some people get a little confused with cell signaling, just remember that cell signaling helps to trigger your body's natural protection and renewal mechanisms. It builds your cellular resilience. That is the ability of your cells to adapt, and that helps your body to meet your unique needs. And we know that everybody has different needs depending on their diet and lifestyle. So the first product that I'd like to talk about is Cell Essentials. This is the flagship USANA multivitamin mineral product, and it includes the Vita antioxidant and the core minerals. So together, these two make up what we call the Cell Essentials. The Intelligence complex is made up of the phytonutrients that you see here: alpha lipoic acid, resveratrol, Mariva curcumin, green tea extract, olivol, quercetin, and hesperidin. What's wonderful is that all of these are in the USANA Cell Essentials. And the Cell Essentials have been a top-rated, broad-spectrum vitamin, mineral, antioxidant supplement for many, many years. And the Intelligence complex, for those of you who may work with the US market, it's very similar, and there are only a few minor differences. In the Canada formula, there are 1,000 international units of vitamin D, and in the US product, there are 2,000. Canada also has less vitamin K1 and K2 and a little bit less curcumin, but nevertheless, all these beautiful cell signaling nutrients are included. So Cell Essentials really provides a strong foundation and contains a very complete array of vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients. So even a half dose of Cell Essentials is better than probably many of the products that are out on the market. So if somebody doesn't like to take the required 8 tablets per day in the full dose, they can go with half of that and still see wonderful health benefits. Some people choose to use the USANA Health Pack, which I think is fantastic because there's no thinking involved. USANA has put together an AM pack and a PM pack. And so if you're using the Health Pack, what is included are the full dose of the Cell Essentials, a product called MagnaCal D, which is a 1-to-1 ratio of calcium and magnesium, and these are essential nutrients. And the Health Pack includes the Cell Essentials Booster, which includes those 4 plant phytonutrients that we just talked about. And the prenatal is coming soon to Canada. That should be right around the corner. And the only main difference in the prenatal is the prenatal Cell Essentials has the addition of iron at the amount of 14 milligrams per 2 tablets. And it excludes boron, which should be less than 20 milligrams per day in pregnancy. So just as an extra precaution, it is not included in the prenatal. But the Cell Essentials is what I believe the foundation for everyone. In fact, USANA has other choices for foundational nutrition. There's also the Body Rocks product. This is also a vitamin mineral product, but on this one, what's great about it is if you have people that don't want to take many tablets, they will be very happy with taking 3 tablets per day, and the nutrient levels are still very, very good. The phytonutrient complex is also included in the Body Rocks. So this is actually ideal for children who are in their teen years, or young adults, as we would say. And it's also great for elderly people because they often don't like to take so many tablets, perhaps because they're taking other medications and things like that. So the Body Rocks is a very good choice. Also, the USANimals is ideal for children or even for those who prefer a chewable. Some people don't like swallowing tablets. This is another good option for elderly individuals, but it's most wonderful for children and provides an amazing 500 international units of vitamin D daily, which is great. So you have choices here for the foundational product. You can choose the Cell Essentials, the Health Pack, the Body Rocks, or the USANA. So this is wonderful. You have choices with USANA. Now, if you were to take the Cell Essentials, you'd have to eat approximately 22,000 calories and spend more than $33 a day to get the same amount of nutrients found in a daily dose of the Cell Essentials. So this slide is just comparing, what you would have to eat. You'd have to have 18 and a half oranges or 80 bananas, and obviously we're not going to be able to do this. Now, please note, this does not imply that you can get these high levels of nutrients and less calories just by taking a multivitamin. This is just used to illustrate how difficult it is to obtain all the nutrients we need, again, for the diseases of today at the optimal levels from food alone. So we recommend the USANA Cell Essentials in combination with a healthy diet. So I'd like to talk a little bit about some of the optimizers that are made with the Intelligence complex. The first optimizer that I'd like to talk about is Percosa. Percosa is a unique joint support complex. It includes glucosamine, which stimulates the production of hyaluronic acid and collagen. Hyaluronic acid helps with shock absorption. Percosa is also excellent for exercise-induced muscle soreness because of the vitamin C, and vitamin C also helps with collagen synthesis. And so this is great for those who exercise regularly, not just to support the joints, but to maintain healthy collagen. And because vitamin C helps with collagen, some people may also notice an improvement in skin health. So the key cell signaling nutrient in Percosa is called Meriva curcumin, which is a powerful antioxidant. And this type of curcumin is much more bioavailable to our body than traditional curcumin preparations. So think about this product for those who want to support healthy joint function. So this would include those who exercise regularly, and especially our high-level athletes. It's very helpful for those with different types of arthritis or just joint pain in general. And again, this might be helpful for people that want to improve skin health to some degree. One of the great things about this product is it's vegetarian sourced. Many glucosamine preparations are actually sourced from shellfish, but USANA has a vegetarian source, which is great because then that will support all those people who are not eating animal products. So moving on to another optimizer that's made with Intelligence, let's talk about proglucamine. Proglucamine is very powerful immune support supplement with a beta-glucan complex. So the Intelligence complex is called the beta-glucan complex, and it's made from extracts of reishi and shiitake mushrooms and baker's yeast. Together, these form what are called the beta-glucan complex. And so beta-glucans are powerful cell signaling nutrients. And what they do is this is the type of cell signaling that wakes up the immune cell and brings it into a heightened state so that it can more effectively help defend us from the outside world. And this is a mechanism known as immune cell priming. So the beta-glucans are a source of antioxidants also that help protect our cells against oxidative damage as well as help with immune function. So who would need this product? Who would need this optimizers? This would be ideal for healthy adults who have immune challenges, such as a lack of sleep, frequent infections, very busy lifestyles, stress, a lot of exposure to environmental toxins and pollution, those who travel frequently or have a poor diet, lack of exercise. This would be great for competitive athletics and for those who lack daily sunlight. So one thing you should know about the proglucamine, if you have a person that has an autoimmune condition or an autoimmune disease, that person should check with their doctor first because there's actually not a lot of clinical research in this area. And this is not a product for children. This is a product for healthy adults to support the immune system. So this is new and this is a wonderful product. I think the most difficult thing about this product is how to pronounce it. So it's Pro-Glucamune. Again, one of my favorites. Moving on, let's talk a little bit about vitamin D. I decided to group vitamin D with this group of foundational products because vitamin D is a nutrient that has many, many functions in the body. Vitamin D helps with the development of teeth and bones and the maintenance of our teeth and bones. It helps with the absorption of calcium and phosphorus. And typically we make vitamin D from sunshine, but with people now avoiding sun and with the rise also in statin drug use, cholesterol gets a little bit too low and cholesterol deficiency could be common. So if you have a cholesterol deficiency, then we can't make vitamin D from sunshine. And so it's really important to know your vitamin D level, and that is going to determine if you need additional supplementation. That is going to be the thing that determines whether or not you need extra. In Canada, there is a pretty widespread vitamin D deficiency, so I do believe it's important to get tested, both in the winter and the summer. And for optimum health, the vitamin D blood levels should be between 100 and 150 nanomoles per liter. That's equivalent to 40 to 60 nanograms. So in Canada, nanomoles per liter is typically used. So you can ask for this test at your doctor's office. Or what I think is great is this company called Grassroots Health. They have a D-Action study, and this is a global study. And you can go onto this website and you can actually order a vitamin D test kit where you prick your finger and you put a blood drop on a card and you mail it in, and then your result is mailed back to you. What's really interesting about this is this organization is also collecting data, and it has been collecting data for over 5 years on vitamin D. So you can be part of this actual ongoing research. So another thing that I like on this website is they have a vitamin D calculator. So once you do know your blood levels of vitamin D, if it's not within the recommended range, you could enter what your level is, and then you could enter what you want your level to be. And the calculator will tell you exactly how many international units of vitamin D that you need daily. So it's really a great tool to use, and this can be very helpful for you and for your customers. So these self-test kits are about $65, and they will send to Canada. If you're not getting vitamin D through sunshine, there are only a few good sources. The best source of vitamin D through food would be liver. And I know that many people are not eating liver and other organ meats now. And again, daily sun exposure without sunscreen is a good way to get your vitamin D. So be sure that you know what your level is, and then that will determine whether or not you need this optimizer. So moving on to USANA MagnaCal D. This product has a 1-to-1 ratio of calcium to magnesium in the daily dose and does include a small amount of vitamin D as well. It has 500 milligrams of calcium, 500 milligrams of magnesium. And some of you may be more familiar with USANA's active calcium product, which has more calcium and less magnesium. So this is a recent upgrade because a lot of the research is showing that we are somewhat magnesium deficient and may need a little more than was previously. So calcium and magnesium are not just for our bones, but also for teeth and for cell function. So you should know that magnesium is involved in over 300 chemical reactions in the body. Go ahead and take a look at the food sources here so that you know how to adjust your daily dose. If you're not obtaining a lot of calcium from food because maybe you don't eat these food sources, then you want to be sure that you include the USANA MagnaCal D in your daily regime of supplements. I should also mention that the MagnaCal D is again in the USANA Health Pack if you choose to take that as your daily multivitamin support pack. The active calcium chewable has a 2-to-1 ratio of calcium to magnesium. So one tablet contains 200 milligrams of calcium and 100 milligrams of magnesium. In addition, there's some vitamin D3 and some silicon, which is another good bone-building nutrient. So who would need this one? This is great for those who have difficulty swallowing tablets, or for those that prefer a chewable. And this is also very good for those who may have acid reflux and who commonly take antacids, because calcium is a buffer and it will buffer some of that stomach acid. So when people have an excessive amount of stomach acid, this may provide very helpful. And those who take antacids actually deplete their calcium. So this would be a much, much better choice. So now, if you want to learn a little bit more about the intelligence technology, I'm going to recommend 3 wonderful sources. We have the USANA magazine that came out just shortly after the USANA 2016 convention, where intelligence was launched. And the magazine, volume number 4, they do such an amazing job at explaining very well what the intelligence technology is in very understandable terms. So that's something that I believe you can download on the hub and use that to study. The product catalog, of course, is a great way to learn about each product. And you may also consider the comparative guide to nutritional supplements. The most recently released 6th edition by Lyle McWilliam actually discusses the concept of cell signaling, so you can learn a little bit more about that, and you will understand why this is so wonderful for the USANA product line and how beneficial it is to our health. So continue to part 3 of this webinar training series, where we're going to talk a little bit more about choosing the right optimizers. Everything we do helps you love life and live it. I love this quote from USANA Health Sciences. Thank you for giving me your attention. Thank you, USANA.